literally every Manchester United fan be like,
there is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no mindset in this football club.
and they are correct. Roll the intro.
For greatness, back in school days, I was known for my lateness. Always wanted more, wouldn't ever try to take less. Always been a real guy, never liked the fakeness. Never liked the fakeness, always kept it real though. Back to back on the track with my little bro, keep our heads high.
So, welcome back to Simply Sensational Soccer. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before we begin. Now, today's topic is Manchester United. After being ripped apart by Tottenham 6-1, they have had a pretty poor transfer deadline day because they weren't able to sign for the full summer their target, Jadon Sancho. My guy has been almost gonna sign or close to signing or negotiating terms for the past 3 months. Come on, Manchester United, what are you doing? But they had to sign Edinson Cavani and Alex Telles instead. Two good signings, I would assume. I think Cavani will bring in a leadership that is definitely necessary. I mean, when you have Harry Maguire as your captain, you definitely need some sort of leadership if he is your best captain. Now, this team is Manchester United, has a big history, and we're talking about a team that once had so many legends like Ryan Giggs. We literally went from Rio Ferdinand to Harry Slabhead Maguire. What has happened here? And it's just a bad spending of money and not having a comprehensive plan after Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And it's just wowing to me that, such a good team can decay so quickly. But I'll stop in hurting Manchester United fans by saying that. But I'm going to talk about some of the players against Tottenham. Now, Manchester United has a powerful attack, and on their day, they could be amazing. I mean, their front line right now, I would assume, is Rashford on the left, Martial on the right, Martial or Greenwood on the right, and Cavani through the middle. I think the pace would be provided by the wings, and Cavani would have a more solitary, traditional number 9 role. This man's 34. They're not thinking about the future, they're thinking about current results. And at one time, Manchester United can seem like they're going to finish top 3, top 4, be challenging for the Premier League title. And at other times, we feel like they're mid-table teams. So, before I start talking about the Tottenham performance and just how their players, shout out to Tottenham, my club. My God, they were amazing. Fair enough to them, honestly. But Manchester United defense was absolutely shambolic. My word. Hopefully Alex Telles can come, but we'll have to tell if he's good. I'll stop. And I'll stop with the puns. And honestly, I think that Man U players are world-class players. I think when you're looking at that team, they performed and they did it at other clubs, but they can't seem to do it at Manchester United. Now, firstly, you would think that's because of the manager, and it is, mostly because of the manager, but it also falls some responsibility on the players. You're being given thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds each week for you to make defensive errors and lose 6-1 to Tottenham. No, right? This is a very, very good team, and you know that when legends are looking back at this team and saying that, oh, this is just not right, this is not how you're in trouble. And honestly, Manchester United need to step up their game in whether that is the players mainly, because they are proven world-class players. They need to be playing like that. You have an $80 million center back in your defense. Sorry, pounds. He's the most expensive defender in the whole world. And he just makes mistakes and gives away goals. When you get an $80 million defender, you're looking for a world-class player like Virgil van Dijk, not Harry Slaphan Maguire. And that is partly poor business, yes, but it is also Harry Maguire has to be stepping up. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, $60 million. He's a good right back. He has to be stepping it up in whether that's in his attacking thing. Luke Shaw, $50+ million paid, and they have already signed a replacement. That just tells you enough about their situation with the players. Now, look, Marcus Rashford is an amazing player. He's a great talent. Anthony Martial, he's young. He's still good, but they're reckless. And I have a lot of respect for Marcus Rashford, but it's hard to play in a team when your defense is struggling so much. And it's not like Manchester United have a poor midfield either. They have Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Donny van de Beek. My word, this is better than most midfields. Yet they're being torn apart. And it's really a mystery to see what is going on here. And I think the players don't work hard enough for the team. I don't think the players have that same passion that they should be, that other players from other teams have for Manchester United. And I think, how is that passion going to come into? From the manager. And now I'm going to talk about the manager. I've heard recently so much criticism of Ed Woodward. And honestly, he has been giving the funds to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has given Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Alex Telles, Edinson Cavani. Now, just because you can't just say just because he couldn't sign Jadon Sancho, you have to, we have to fire him. Man's paid 160 something million on their defense, and they're being a defense which is conceding 6 goals to Tottenham. This is not the way it should be. And the manager has to be improving. You give a manager a set of players, and the manager has to perform. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has failed to do that. That is the thing that I think is why I think he should be sacked. Look, agreeably, Jadon Sancho fits straight into that team at right wing. He, by far, is the best player in that position in Manchester United, or even in the world. He's one of the best in that position. So you really can't argue that, yes, they should have signed him. But still, with that team, you should be getting top 4 each year. Now, just because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a Manchester United legend does not give him the ability to be a good manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does not have a drop of tactical nous in him. I'm sorry, I said it. Someone like Mauricio Pochettino or Allegri, if they come in, they would provide a tactical team. They would have a style of play they could rely on. They would have motivation. They would have energy. They would put effort in. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we saw that at the beginning of his thing, but he just failed to continue it. We see, sometimes he can energize the players and they're fighting for top 4. And sometimes they're just bang average or terrible, to be honest. So honestly, it's honestly going to the manager. I think on one hand, Mauricio Pochettino will give them more of an identity, but I think Peter Allegri would be more important to just get a spine and a backbone into this team and figure out what he's going to do. And honestly, yeah, I think it's time. We've given Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 2 seasons at Manchester United. It's time he goes. And so that's why I think he should be sacked. Now, I've heard a lot of criticism of Ed Woodward recently, as I said a little bit before, and I think it is a bit unfair because everyone's saying, "Oh, why did he pay 10 extra million for Jadon Sancho?" And yes, that is what the fans want. And as a man, as as the owner, you should be giving what your fans want. But even in the thing is, the owners of Manchester United take 65 million of the profit away because what they start in debt. So because they were in debt of buying this club, and so some of the profit goes away for buying players like that. But Ed Woodward is honestly, um, he provided Tejas, he provided Harry Maguire, he did Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. These are good, high-quality players. Why? And so why is the Manchester United fan base turning on him when he's providing them with good, solid options in that defense? And I just think it really has to come down to the manager again. And I think Ed Woodward is fine. I think he's doing his job. Why should he pay 120 million when he's paid that money for other players who just have not performed? And it's understandable Ed Woodward's taking a second to think about it and doesn't want to waste much money on it and would rather get much more smaller signings. I think I've covered most of the bases about Manchester United, and I think the next step for Man U is getting a new manager to instill a backbone and to get their players motivated. I think Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Victor Lindelof and Alex Tejas have to start performing better on a player perspective. I think you need a new manager to install a backbone and an identity of playing. And I think Manchester United fans should stop getting mad at Ed Woodward for his job. So, yeah. It's been Simply Sensational Soccer here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. This video has taken a very, very long time to make, and so I hope you enjoy.